So let's go back in time and see how was your first deal.
Yeah, so my first deal was actually partnering with another investor and actually doing a wholesale deal. I was able to follow up with the lead and actually close the contract. And then we had to go and now find a buyer. Well, being new, I didn't have a huge buyer's list. So I had to really depend on someone else that had a lot more experience than I did. And so we partnered together on actually finding a buyer together and then, of course, splitting the proceeds.
Okay, and with that particular deal, what was the challenge that you found that with that one?
Yeah, the biggest challenge is that it was in a smaller town. So obviously the smaller town, a lot less investors are investing in that area.
Which town was it?
This was in San Angelo. Because of that, we were trying to find, of course, investor buyers. I was trying to find on my own. I'm really trying to figure out how I can actually dispo this deal or sell the deal, if you will, to an investor buyer. Just couldn't, really find anybody. So I started again working with our network and trying to find someone that has a lot more experience, has a bigger buyer's list, and is able to help me through the process of finding a buyer.
And with that particular deal, how much money did you make?
Yeah, so in that deal, I think we made close to about 10,000. Yes.
What was the aha moment throughout your first deal? Was it putting the house under contract or getting that first check?
Yeah, that first check definitely gets you, to open up your eyes to what's possible in this real estate investing world. I actually went and physically got that check at the title company. So walking out of it, I just kept looking at it and I just kept saying to myself, man, and the time that it took really wasn't in comparison to, working 40 hours a week. It was really, really a good deal to be able to work with somebody and be able to partner and still get a good profit.
You made $10,000 for that particular deal. If you were working at your job, how long did it take you to be able to make that money?
Oh yeah, it'd be over a month, easy.
Well, with your journey as a real estate investor and having another career, how was the transition between the job that you were doing before?
Yeah, so before I became a real estate investor, I was actually working in the information technology space for over 27 years. Yeah, so what I did is I started doing part-time real estate investing while still working full-time. So I would work on the evening hours, during my lunch breaks, on the weekends. I would take advantage of actually any spare time that I had to work on the real estate business.
How did you find the discipline? Because I know it's challenging because you have a full-time job and you have a family and add on another career. How were you able to do the transition?
One of the biggest things that helped was that I was actually working from home. So that was a huge help because what that did is it brought me back my drive time. But really the driving force is, the need and the desire to achieve my ultimate goal, and that is time freedom.
And I think having that willpower is great, but I think in finding the right network and the support and see all your colleagues doing it, and then you're not alone. Is your family being supportive of you with the journey? When you told your family, hey, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to become a full-time entrepreneur.
Right.
How was the reaction, the transition?
The initial conversation, of course, with my wife was, one of kind of a shock, a surprise. She knew that at some point, I'd want to, do this full time. But ultimately, my wife has been very amazing, very supportive.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. And throughout the journey, what was your fear?
The biggest fear was always just, do I have enough? Am I going to make it to be able to provide, for my family?
And would you quit your job earlier today, or would you do exactly the same?
I think I would probably do it exactly the same. I think the timing was just right when I did it.
We can never buy time back.
Yes.
We can learn and grow, but we can never buy any minute back. It doesn't matter how much money we have.
Yes, that's
and
right.
And because I know that, I'm like, I cannot waste any more time.
Yeah. Yes.
I cannot get any more distracted.
I love that quote that says, fortune favors the brave. And I think that's exactly what you did.